totally unsolicited bit of advertisement there. Okay. So keys to success, I used to call it secrets to success. But then I was like, well, I'm telling everybody. That's not a very good secret if you tell everybody, right? So I don't want it to be a secret. It's a key to success. Well, what is success? Let's think about that for a minute, okay? And I got a little quote from Ernest Holmes. Anybody ever hear of him? Okay, he was a pretty sharp guy. You ought to read some of his books sometime, huh? Okay, spirit which must offer itself to itself that it may know and enjoy itself and put our feet out into a feeling void and feel ourselves on solid rock. Put our feet out into a feeling void and find ourselves on solid rock. I know of no other success. Well, okay, there's a pretty good definition right there. So success is not that guy who was born rich and he lived an idle, rich life. You know, I'm sure many of us would like to be rich and live an idle, rich life, and we would think that would be success. But from my perception, if you're just born into it and it's just given to you, that's not really success. Success implies some sort of struggle to put our feet out into that feeling void. Find solidity, okay? So that's what we're really looking for in what is success. All right, now first, okay, next, let me go back. I intended to start out with a little exercise. I taught martial arts and physical exercise for quite a bit, and I found that if your body is feeling good, guess what? Your spirit and your mind and everything else will feel a little better right along with it there, okay? Now, we're not going to do a bunch of push-ups. Let's all go run a mile. No. When I hit about 50, I quit doing that, so we don't have to worry about that. But what I'd like to do with you this morning is exercise I've been working on myself, and I'm getting a little better at it, so thanks on helping me, which is a laughing exercise. Some of you may have heard of the benefits of laughter, and it's been clinically proven to heal practically every ailing of the human body and mind. Laughter, some of you know about that, right? Okay, and just because we're a little bit metaphysical here, we're going to work with our chakras. Many of you are familiar with the chakra system, okay? You can stay seated and do this. If you want to, you can stand up and do it. I like it when people stand up and move around a little bit, but if you're into sitting down, that's okay too. This is audience participation, so join in with me, okay? We're going to take one or both hands and we're going to put them down there just below your navel, that root chakra. All right, we'll go through it kind of slowly and then we'll do the whole sequence a little more. There's a brave person going to stand up. Thank you very much. I see, it'll feel better, okay? And if you spontaneously start to just laugh, whatever, that's great. Let it come, okay? We're going to start deep because we're down in the root chakra there. So we're going to go ha. Okay, so the standard is like 5. All right, then we'll move up one to the next one. We move up just a little bit. We'll go ha. That feels good. All right, we'll move up to the solar plexus chakra. All right, and let's go he. Oh, you feel better already. We'll go up to the heart chakra, the Santa Claus chakra there, where we give without thinking of ourselves. And of course, what Santa says, he says, ho, 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 ho. That feels pretty good. All right, we'll go to our throat chakra. This is we're trying to speak out and let the world know something. So we're going to say, hey, 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 hey. Yeah, see the smile, your endorphins are going, you feel great. We'll go to the third eye chakra, okay? And we'll say, hi, 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 hi. And then we'll go up to the top chakra. You can hold it this way or this way, whatever feels right to you, okay? And we'll say, hoo. So, hoo, 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 hoo. You feel good? All right. We're just going to go through that sequence, 1, 2, 3, and on up. And we'll do a total of 3 times. We'll count that as 1, okay? So as close as you can, go with me. We'll start low and we'll ha, 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. He 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 he. Ho 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 ho. Ha 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 ha. Hey 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 hey. Hoo 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 hoo. One more time. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. He 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 he. Ho 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 ho. Hey 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 hey. Ha 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 ha. And you always feel better in a day when you have a good vowel movement. So you can have a seat. You know there was a punchline in there somewhere. See, I'm a success. I wanted to be a stand-up comedian. Look at that, I'm a success, okay? So we got a kind of an idea what is success is to confront something that seems difficult at first and then find out, wow, we can probably do more than we actually thought we could, okay? So we can apply these ideas to any stage of our lives, from a simple, oh, I need to get up in the morning. And if you have those days when if you get up in the morning, you're a success and you're out of bed, yeah, I got dressed and took a shower, what else do you want, right? So maybe that's our level of success for that day. All the way to like your ultimate life's goals. What do you want to strive your entire life for? Okay, so keys to success, that could be very good. So the first one, we have to start real basic, and number one, where I've made some mistakes before, number one is to start where you are. Start where you are. That almost seems obvious, but how many of us have gotten involved in some new pursuit? We take a spiritual mind treatment class, and that teacher, they're just practically enlightened, and they're so smart, and they do a treatment and stuff. I could never do that. How could I do that? Well, that person has 35 years of experience. You're taking your first day of your first class. You're not supposed to do what they're doing. That would make them look bad if in one day you were doing what they did for 35 years of practice, right? You're not supposed to. You're supposed to be doing what you are, okay? Maybe that's a brand new idea. God is all there is. Whoa, I'm still working on that one myself sometimes, right? So start where you are. What can you do? Well, I can attend class. Okay, do that. Okay, I don't understand everything. That's okay. Just attend class. Understand what you can. So sometimes we try to start where someone else is, and that doesn't really work, right? And then one of my students, after several years of talking about this, he pointed out to me, no, you know what I do? What my mistake is? I try to start where I used to be. And I said, well, I used to be like that, and now I'm like this, so I must have already made it. I've already done it. I don't have to do anymore. No, that's not the idea either, right? Because when we quit trying in some ways, we're not really successful anymore, right? So don't start where you used to be. Don't start where someone else is. Start where you are, right there. Where are you? And that's where you start. So step two, you started where you are. Well, do what you can. What can you do? I can go to class once a week. I can read a book once a day a little bit. I can think about, I can do 30 seconds of meditation. All right. Do that, okay? Well, to be a success, I would have to meditate an hour every day. Well, start with a minute, and that's better than nothing, okay? Start where you are. Do what you can. Don't try to do what someone else can. Don't try to do what, Bruce Lee can. When I was in the martial arts many years, I loved Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, but frankly, even after 30 years of practice, I couldn't quite do all that stuff, okay? But I aspired to it, and I did what I could, okay? What did I actually do in the martial arts? I earned my 4th degree black belt. That's my master's degree. I supported myself for over 25 years teaching martial arts. That's incredibly difficult in today's world, let me tell you. I changed the lives of many people, and I literally saved the lives of many people. I've had people call me on the phone out of nowhere. Mr. Kleitz, you saved my son's life today. I haven't even seen your son for 5 years. What happened? Oh, somebody tried to grab him after school, and you taught him technique. He broke away, popped the guy in the nose, and ran home. I literally had that phone call one day, and that made my life. I'm a success right there, right? So I started where I was, did what I could. That's a pretty good start. What's the third one? This one you hear in all the self-help books. Don't give up. Okay, don't give up. Okay, Grandmaster in Taekwondo said, to start but not finish is wasted effort. To dream but not try is futile. Okay, so you have to not give up. And you've heard that many, many times. Don't give up, keep trying, right? But if you don't start where you are and you're not doing what you can, not giving up is really not going to get you anywhere, okay? I'm still trying to climb up a wall like Jackie Chan, but I haven't even conditioned my body yet. No, you can't do it. Do what you can, and don't give up on that level. And then our next one, I've added several steps in over the years. Start where you are, do what you can. Don't give up. Let me stay on track, right? Here's the next one. This is the hard one. Okay, we got to put a little more effort here. Learn from what you do. Learn from what you do, okay? You might have heard this one a little bit differently before. It is a sure sign of insanity to do the same thing again and again and again, watch out, I'm going to change it, and expect the same results. To do the same thing again and again and expect the same results is foolish. It's insane. It's ridiculous. That's the only way we make progress, is to do the same thing again and again, and we have to expect different results. First day I tried to do a push-up, I fell on my face. My wrist buckled, my arm literally fell on my face. I could not do a push-up, okay? At my peak, I could do 65 push-ups in a minute. Okay, so how did I do that? Did I try once? Oh, I fell on my face. If I try again, I'll just fall on my face because no matter, it'll be the same forever. No, I did the same thing again and again, and I expected different results, and I learned from what I did. So each step of the way, you're starting where you are, you're doing what you can, you don't give up, and you learn from what you are doing. You learn from what you are doing. Sometimes that means doing it differently. Sometimes that just means keep trying what you're doing. But learn from what you're doing, okay? These are all very important steps. And we can sort of think in our own life, where did I go wrong on something? I say, oh yeah, I remember when I looked at my instructor and I thought, I can't do that, I give up. And my instructor was very wise. He said, no, Ray, you just do what you can. He said, well, do you think you can jump as high as a black belt? Oh, no, sir, I can't do that. Can you punch as hard as a black belt? Oh, no way. Can you kick as fast as a black belt? No, sir, I don't know if I'll ever do that. Can you stand up straight like a black belt? Yes, sir. Can you pay attention like a black belt? Oh, yes, sir. Can you say, yes, sir, like a black belt? Yes, sir. All right, well, there you go. You're part of the way there, right there, okay? Can you walk on water like Jesus Christ? Only when it gets really cold. Can you raise the dead like Jesus Christ? Well, I don't know. But I can cure your headache. Well, okay, I'll do what I can, okay? I'm not completely realized in my Christ consciousness yet, and that's okay. I'll start where I am. I'll do what I can do. And if you got a backache or a headache or a sprained wrist, I can do that, okay? If you want to learn Tai Chi, I can do that. Breathing exercises, I can do that, okay? I started out my own meditation practice. Oh yeah, 30 seconds, that's pretty good, right? Now I do regularly 40 minutes, 30 minutes every day, 20 minutes twice a day. Pretty good, pretty regular. I'm staying steady with it, right? And you know, if I put in an hour of meditation in a day, I'm just certain at least 3 or 4 of those seconds of that hour were when I was in exactly the right mind state that we're trying to reach in that meditation. So I said, oh, I'm a success. I got there for a couple of seconds, right? So, you know, I don't expect to be levitating next week, but I'm going to start where I am. I'm going to do what I can. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to learn from what I'm doing. And who knows, maybe someday I will be levitating as I levitate. Okay? All right, so those are 4 really important things that we want to have down. But then number 5 is kind of more subtle, and it took me a while to realize this one. Very often we think of success, okay, and certain jobs or certain careers. Maybe this is if you're an actor, it's probably pretty important that you're well known by a lot of people, right? A successful actor in most people's minds is one who has a big fan base, right? Or a performer would want a large fan base. They'd want everybody to know. And sometimes we're looking for that, right? Hey, look at me. I'm speaking to a lot of people. I'm a success. Everybody look at me, right? But that doesn't always happen, okay? It does not always happen. So it's important that we acknowledge our own progress. Acknowledge our own progress. How many times, I know I've done it, have you been involved in some quest for personal betterment, okay, or lose weight, or improve your cardio, or get a good grade in this class, or save more money, whatever it is you're trying to do, and then we look for other people to acknowledge it, you know, like, oh, don't I look good? I'm wearing a different shirt. Or don't I sound good? I've been working on my speaking. Or hey, look what I can do. Sometimes people don't care, okay? They've got their own lives. They don't necessarily care. And they're not necessarily going to notice, okay? If you're trying to lose weight and you lose 1 pound, excellent, go, okay? I got some clients, oh, I lost 1 pound this week. I said, don't only be glad of the pound you lost. Be glad of the 3 you did not gain, okay? So pay attention to that. But, you know, if you're trying to lose weight and you go tell all your friends, oh, I lost 6 ounces, 8 ounces this week. So what? You lost a pound, so what? They don't notice right away, right? Oh, you look great. Of course, I always tell her, that my wife, I better tell her that, right? Oh, did you lose weight, honey? You look great, right? But if you're in something, you know, I like my push-ups because that was a big obstacle that throughout my life I struggled with, okay? But if I've been struggling and I got to where I can stay in push-up position for 5 seconds, who cares? Who cares? 5 seconds, come on, Ray, big deal. Well, to me, it's a big deal, okay? So what I say, the next step in success is to acknowledge your own progress. Don't look for someone else to tell you, hey, good job, you did great. Pat yourself on the back. Everybody do that. Reach back, pat yourself on the back one time. A couple times. Good job, okay? You had to get up a little bit early to get here on time, right? Yeah, you had to get through that construction and everything there. But, you know, we all sort of did that. And so sometimes we think, oh, it's not real important. Of course it's important. Of course it's important. So take the time to acknowledge your own success, okay? Don't wait. If other people do, that's really good, okay? And I was reading who this morning? Emmett Fox. Anybody know him? You read any of that? Oh, that's pretty good stuff, okay? And then I'm pretty sure I've also read it in good old Ernie, and in a really obscure metaphysical book, you might have read it sometime, the Bible. It says, go away. Don't go shouting about it. When you pray, do it in private. Don't go telling everybody, oh, I'm praying for $1 million. Look at me, I'm going to get $1 million pretty soon because I prayed for it. That's not the technique, right? Go away, do it on your own. But as humans, you know, we like a little pat on the back sometimes, right? But if I can't tell anybody about it because I'm trying to be private, and that's a good idea for a lot of things, you know, you don't need to advertise that, okay? Well, okay, acknowledge your own progress. Hey, look, I made another step today. How about that, okay? And I keep like a little diary, and I keep little numbers, and I get all OCL about it. Anybody OCL, have you heard that? Obsessive compulsive lifestyle. Okay? It's just the way I am. It's not an obsession. It's not hurting me. And if I want to check to make sure my front door is locked 3 times every night, that's perfectly fine. Who's that hurting, right? Okay. So it's an obsessive compulsive lifestyle. And to a certain degree, we all have it a little bit, right? We know we have to get up at a certain time in the morning. And we have our morning. I hope you have some sort of morning routine, right? But I keep track of all that. And then at the end of the day, I look back and say, I did a little better than I did last week. I did a little better than I did this time last year. All right, that's good. And I acknowledge my own progress. And it's very, very powerful for me. Very powerful. Sometimes at the end of the day, I'm looking down and say, I forgot to do that. Well, I'll get up and go do it. Now, look at that. I cleaned the cat box. Look at me, you know. But if I came up here and I told you at the beginning of the talk, hey, you know, I'm a great success. I've been such a success at life. You know what I did yesterday? I cleaned the cat box. Who's going to say, wow, I want to be like that guy. He cleaned the cat box. Oh, yeah, really smart, big success, right? But on some level, it is. Well, I can't think if I didn't do that. Well, actually, he goes outside mostly. But still, if you didn't take care of things like that, if you didn't brush your teeth every day, if you didn't take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 3 hours a day to do your meditation, what would your life be like? And so each one of these little things is progress. It's a step in the right direction. So acknowledge your own progress, and that's an important thing. Now, I kept thinking I got 25 minutes, but then I didn't check what time it was when I came up. I got, what, to the half? 2 more minutes? 2 more hours?
2 more points.
Oh.
Right? You had 7.
No, that's it. Start where you are. Do what you can. What was the next one? Don't give up. Learn from what you're doing and acknowledge your own progress. So I got a little time. Now I'm going to tell you the keys to happiness. Because, oh, great, I'm a success, but I feel miserable. Whoa, what kind of success is that, right? In some ways, you might say being happy, that's my goal. When I'm happy, I am a success, right? On a lot of levels, that's almost the definition of success, okay? But happiness is easy. Success, that's complicated. Happiness is easy. You might not be quite sure what is success, one person to another, and they can manifest it different ways. We feel happiness. We know what that is, right? Deep feeling of how do you get that? Is it money? Nah, everybody knows rich people frequently are not happy, and I've been very happy when I didn't have much money. So money, it helps. but it's not the key to happiness, right? So what is it? Is it lots of friends? Well, if you're happy, you'll have friends. And if you're not happy, the friends you have probably aren't real friends. That's not measurement of happiness. So that's something you feel inside, and you know when you feel it. How are we going to access that? And this is amazing stuff here, because it's actually, things I tell you up here when I talk and when I tell things. How do I know that? Where did I get that idea? I tried it, and it worked for me. Okay, that's why I'm telling you, I tried it and it worked. And in my mind, that's what religious science means. I have some metaphysical or spiritual idea and I just assume it's right. Well, that's not science. I try it, I work with it, I think about it, I try different things, different ways, different applications. Wow, it works. Oh, it must be good then. I'll keep working with it, right? So I tried these things and they worked for me. I hope they can help you too. So happiness, number one, and this has been clinically studied time and again with control groups and double-blind study, all that great scientific stuff, right? Number one, key to happiness is gratitude. Thank you very much for listening to me. Okay? Gratitude is the number one key to happiness. And like I said, there have been studies done where, okay, one group of people, everybody's going to take a quiz, a little assessment, how happy you are, and you're going to fill out this paper, and we're going to put that away. Okay, now this group of people, you just go on with your life. This group of people, you're going to take 5 minutes a day. Anybody got 5 minutes a day? I know we're busy. We're going to try and find 5 minutes a day to think about things that you are grateful for. Okay, what makes you grateful? 5 minutes a day, okay? At the end of the month, we come back, you're going to fill out the questionnaire, you're going to fill out the questionnaire. Lo and behold, no change for the people who didn't change anything. Who would have guessed, right? Okay, the people who took 5 minutes a day to start to think about what they were grateful for, statistically significant, whatever that is, rise in their perceived levels of happiness. And like I say, happiness is what you perceive. So if you think you're happier, guess what? You actually are, okay? So gratitude, take a moment right now. Easy, so easy to think of something that you are grateful for. The roof didn't collapse in here. All right. So it's so easy to think of something that you can be grateful for, okay? So gratitude is the number one key to happiness. And I've had times in the depths of depression, okay? And I was living in the street. But I would find some place, I'd go up on the abandoned Aggie Stadium. This was way back in the 80s. Some of you might remember that old stadium by the clock tower, right? And I'd climb up there and I'd watch the sunset. I'm so grateful for the colors of the sunset. And if I had nothing else that day that was worth living for, I had that sunset to look forward to. And that was the one thing in my life I was grateful for, okay? And that got me through some hard times. And then there's the old story about the monk. Anybody heard these jokes about monks meditating? There's a dozen of them, right? So a monk's been meditating for a while. He goes up to his master. He says, "Master, this is boring. Sitting here thinking of nothing is boring. I can't do this meditation. It's so boring." Master grabs him by the back of the head, stuffs his head down into the water of the stream. They're sitting next to him. The guy goes, holds him under there a little while, pulls him up. Exciting enough for you? Oh, I'll take a little boredom, thank you. Okay. So gratitude. Yeah, if you're not grateful for this next breath that you're about to take, everybody take a nice breath. Feel the gratitude for that breath? Yeah, if you don't feel gratitude for that breath, put a plastic bag on your head for a couple minutes and you'll realize how grateful you will be for that next breath, okay? $100, I don't care, let me breathe. A new car, forget it, I need to breathe, okay? So when you take a breath, once a day or so, take a moment and think, what if? How many people, I know some people who have great difficulty, COPD and asthma, and it's very difficult to get a deep breath sometimes in this world, some people, okay? So if you can take a deep breath, have a little gratitude for that. And sometimes we have to get that basic, okay? And then we start, I got a breath. Oh, I got 2 legs, I can walk. All right, well, I had something to eat today. There's fresh water available that I can drink. How many people in the world don't even have that? Okay, let's be grateful for that. I've got some advanced metaphysical ideas I can think about. Whoa, we should be grateful for that. Okay, so find the things you can be grateful for and watch your happiness rise. Okay, and I worked with that one for years before I learned the next one. And then I realized I was already doing it, okay? So what is the next real big key to happiness? And that is service to others. Service to others. You probably heard that one a couple times too, right? Oh, you're depressed? Oh, you don't feel, why don't you go to the retirement home and help somebody out, or, go to the homeless shelter and help somebody out. You'll start to feel more grateful, right? Or if you have children, what gives you the greatest feeling of happiness? What could be better than to serve your children honestly, truthfully, give them something that will make their lives better? Or if you're a teacher, or if you just happen to interact with other people somewhere in your life. Anybody do that? Yeah, okay. So how can you serve that person? How can you help that person? Sometimes, I have a little game I play with myself sometimes. How many people can I make smile today? I'll see somebody just sitting in a car in the parking lot somewhere, and I'll walk by and go, hi, some old lady sitting waiting for her husband or whoever in the store, and I'll just walk by and say, hello, and she'll look up and she'll smile. Oh, that young man said hello to me, Sometimes 2 seconds later, whoa, but hey, I made her smile that long. And how good does that make me feel? Pretty good, because I was in service to someone else. I did someone to increase someone else's happiness. Oh, guess what? We're all one. Oh, we knew that, right? So if you're a little bit happier, automatically I'm happier, okay? I often tell, I've got some clients have, pretty big families, but only one person of the family comes to see me for body work, right? So I give them some good work. They say, oh, I feel better now. They say, oh, be sure to ask your husband how much better he feels when you get home. Ask your kids how much better they feel when you get home. Because the saying, if mama's not happy, nobody gonna be happy, right? So if mom comes home or dad comes home and they feel better, whole family feels better. I know it for sure. And if the whole family feels better, the neighborhood's a little bit happier. If the neighborhood's happier, our city's happier, the state is, the whole world is happier. Because I walked by someone and I said, hey, good morning, and they smiled for a second. I said, sure. One little pebble going to make that difference through the world. Who knows? Who knows what could happen when you do that, okay? So service to others, from the smallest to the greatest. Some people give their lives in service to others, right? Some people make their living, some do it altruistically. On some level or another, we all serve each other with practically every breath we take, everything that we do. So let's think about it a little bit. How can we serve each other better so that we will be happy? Well, sometimes we need that. Oh, what's in it for me? Well, you'll be happier. How about that? Okay, well, let's just make a quick review here. Success and happiness, you got the whole shebang there right away. Start where you are. How are you going to be successful being happy? Well, I'm depressed right now. Well, start there. Work your way up, okay? Start where you are. Do what you can. I can be grateful for this next breath. Whew. Okay, so do what you can. Don't give up. Because to start but not finish is wasted effort, okay? Don't give up. Learn from what you're doing. And acknowledge your own progress. Congratulations, you all did something today that you might not have done otherwise, right? And then have gratitude, and where you can, be of service to others. And there's happiness and success. I hope you were all happy and successful and enjoyed my talk. Thank you very much for your feedback and attention.